What's going on, YouTube? I just want to remind everybody to like, comment, and also subscribe. Let's get into the next episode.
All right, so yeah, man. So I wanted to start this. It's 2023. I told myself I was gonna stop telling everybody else to do something. I was just gonna, do it my damn self. So that's what we're
Facts.
doing. So this episode number one. I got none other than my actual brother. My brother's an artist. Well, I'll let him introduce himself.
How y'all doing, everybody? I'm Dez Cohen. You know what I'm saying?
So tell the people like what all do you do? Like from like just top to bottom. Like, cause I could talk about it, but and if you know me, most of y'all already know. But from your perspective, what
Yeah.
is it that you do?
All right. So whenever you in town, I always do the behind the scenes clips or photos to every music video, anything you got going. I'm a musician. I'm an independent artist, but I can also play instruments. So I got my hands tied with a lot of stuff and just started to acting. You just shot a short film for me, so just trying to really touch bases on everything in the music industry. But future in the future, I will be producing. So
For sure. So you feel like you got your hands on everything. Okay. Kind of like I'm the same way. Y'all know me. I do it all too. All right. So with that being said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a list of topics. Me and you, of course, been talking. We talk pretty much every day. So we did come up
yep.
with some topics. But before we even dive into that, I want to know, about the musical journey. Well, I know about it, but I want you to tell the people where does that start? Like, when did you get the interest? Because I got, I can remember him. I remember his first raps when he used to copy and paste the lyrics together. So I know it, but from your perspective, like when did you even get interested in music? Like where does that come from?
I guess I say around like 1998 when Dad used to take us to Anthony House and he had the studio going. He played the beats. He'd talk about Anthony used to talk about how him and Kaylin and Ty would be in the studio doing their thing. So like it was like very influential, and it was like you seeing your family do it, it makes you want to do it too, but do it 10 times better than what they was doing. So after that, Pops used to just play all these SUC rappers, Dallas rappers, DSR, a lot of Houston rappers, Lil Flip, and I was like, we getting hyped to their music, so now it's time for me to make my own. So after that, what I'm saying, it was a route.
For sure. And before we go any further, I want to say rest in peace to my uncle Kalen. He
Okay.
was a DJ. He's also dancing. He pretty much did everything musically. And I also want to, shout out to my uncle Bird as well because he used to actually burn the CDs that my dad would go listen to. So they was all in
Facts.
cahoots. And if you don't know, which I'm sure you probably know, my dad be DJing too. So and then like you say, you got Anthony and Tim had the studio. So it was
Yeah.
a lot of, I would say, musical family. That's what I would consider it as. That's where my passion comes from as well. You know, I started rapping back when I was doing my little thing for a little bit. I was rapping because he was rapping. I was like, I'm gonna be better than him. So it's kind of like always that competitive nature. But I say, okay, so you come from a musical family, and okay, so let's fast forward it. Okay, so what else? Like, I'm trying to think. So as an artist, right? I feel like in today's time, a lot of artists get like I have, okay, so you know me, bro. I
Yeah.
work with a lot of different artists.
Yeah.
I've tried my hand in managing artists. I've tried my hand in signing artists. I've also tried my hand in just working with artists as my clients through music videos. And one thing I say about a lot of artists is the motivation is usually lacking.
Yeah.
Like I see this all the time. Either they feel like they're gonna blow up fast or they not really motivated like that. But one thing I always tell people, I say, man, my brother, I said one thing about him, he gonna post his song every day, even if it's the same song for like 6 months, he'll post it, and it's crazy because that's something that a lot of artists don't do today. Everybody
Yeah.
think they too good to promote their music.
Yeah.
So man, how do you even stay motivated to be posting your music? I log on Facebook. Or like I was in LA last week, right? Shout out to my boy Huff. He said, "Man, your brother dropped that new song yet?" He seen it on Facebook. So we always see it, but how do you stay motivated to constantly even promote and post your music?
Because one thing about me is like when I make music, I always say I want to make music to where that I can go back and listen to it and get hyped off of it and enjoy it. So if I drop a song 4 years from now, 4 years ago, like I still listen to it like I just released it yesterday. Like I just love my
Mm-hmm.
music. I love my energy. I love my vibe because every different song is a different vibe and a different energy. So like I just don't get tired of me. I always tell myself if anybody that's gonna support me and be genuine is gonna be myself, and I'm gonna make sure that nobody can say that I didn't support myself enough. You know what I'm saying? So I just love posting my shit. Like I love watching me progress because like I can look back and look at years and be like, damn, all right, I came a long way. You know what I'm saying? So when I see my stuff now, it's like, all right, keep going, keep posting it until till they see it. If they don't see it now, they're gonna see it tomorrow or the next day or the next week. But just keep posting it, being
For
consistent.
sure. So you feel like consistency is only important in music, or is it important in other aspects of life as well? And if so, why?
Being consistent is important, like just in general, because when you consistent, everything is going by smooth. Like how I say it, like everything is going by smooth. But I can say this because it's times where I wasn't consistent. Like when you're not consistent, you steady get behind, 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 and when you're consistent, you keep going. So I feel like like it's important to be on top and be consistent, because even though you might think that something might take long to accomplish, as long as you're consistent, it'll happen. If you're not consistent, you keep taking steps back, and it's more of a hassle to get back ahead of what you're trying to do. So yeah.
For sure. So with that being said, um, do you make music for yourself or do you make it for other people?
I make music for myself. The reason why, because I feel like if I make music for other people, then I gotta sell out. I make music from either situations I've been through or how I'm feeling or just off past, situations. So everything I make, I can relate to it because it's a part of my story. And just so happenly, like other individuals like it or they can relate to it. So that's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? So it's for me.
For sure. So I would say, one thing you say you like rapping about, what I'm saying, things that you've been through and stuff like that. So what would you say is your most like, I guess, vulnerable song and why? Like in your
Um,
eyes, out of everything you ever put out, what's the most song when you feel like that was most like, yo, this is my life?
Down Bad. The song I got called Down Bad featuring Lil Ronnie Mother Elf.
All right, so take us through it. Like number one, how'd
Alright.
you find the beat? How'd you write it? Like what was that session like? What was getting the feature like with Lil
Okay.
Ronnie? Like just the whole nine.
So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. I was on YouTube one day, and so I don't know what kind of beat I typed in, and I was just listening to about, I believe it was like 100 beats, and out of the 100, I found one that was catchy and it was nice. So, and shout out to Amo Tunes. So I hit up Amo Tunes and got the beat for exclusive, because I told myself if you feel like it's a hit, then just take that risk. So I got the beat, and then I was like, you know what, like I don't know how I'm finna pull this off, but I'm gonna pull it off. Like I feel like nobody has heard me harmonize or sing on tracks and rap at the same time. So I was like, what are you gonna do? So I'm up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, what's gonna be the subject? And some told me down bad. And I was like, why do you pick the topic down bad? And I was like, because it's situations where I was down bad. But it was a time where I overcome that situation. So I had to take it back to like when I got out of high school, like, cause I was hard head. Like I would listen, but I wouldn't give two L's. So I thought about it, and I was like, I don't know. I was just sitting down, and I was just like, when I was down bad, I was on my knees. I prayed to the Lord, my soul to keep. I gotta eat. I gotta eat. Can't wait for no handout. I ain't the one with my hands out. Talked about me, I'm the man now. I used to be broke with my head down. I used to be broke on the man now. Used to be broke with my head down.
Like
And
before you like dive into that, I think you touched on something very important. You say you was hard headed when you graduated high school.
yeah,
Now that's a lot of people. Most people know both of us.
yeah,
Either they meet one first, they meet the other, but
yeah,
they always know it's two.
yeah.
So that's one thing that me and him always had. Like that's always kind of been one of the differences. I'm more of like a listener, even though I be doing my own thing too. You know what I'm saying? But like, why do you feel like you wasn't like you was hard headed, like graduating? Because that's eight. You know what I'm saying? 17, 18. Like, why do you feel like you was hard headed in terms of those life lessons? Like, just for that time of your like that time period.
I mean, 'cause at the time I was just like, like when we was in ninth grade, our brother got shot and all that happened. So like, it came to a point when I was in high school. I said, I just want to live life, take it day for day. I don't care about having no 5 year, 6 year plan, 'cause I can make a plan and I can be gone tomorrow. So why not like live my life to the fullest? You know what I'm saying? And people people will say they think this is best for me or not, but I always told myself like I had this one prayer when I was younger, and it's crazy because like when I was praying, like tears rolled down, like God told me that I'm finna have a journey, a path, but like I wanted the easy way out. In order to get where I was trying to get now, it's like I had to go through a whole thing. So it was like a test of faith, but being I don't like people telling me what to do. And I feel like if somebody got to tell me what to do, that means I'm not doing something right. So I didn't want to listen. I just like being myself, like living life, taking it day by day, but just like living it to the fullest. Cause like I said, like one day you here, next day you gone. Pimp said that. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? So
for sure. Nah, and that's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you dug into that. Okay, so just getting back to Down Bad. So you wrote the song. You bought the beat. I think for artists listening, he just really gave away a gem when it comes to the creative process. He said he found a beat he like. Now he got it exclusive. I always tell artists you can get the exclusive, or sometimes you can lease. To me personally, I think it depends. But in this case, he bought it exclusively. But he said he made a topic first. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of artists struggle with that because I know you know
yeah,
me, bro. I work with a lot of different people
yeah,
over just what I'm saying. Last 10 years, we didn't been around some of the biggest, and,
yeah,
and honestly, been around people who people will never get to be around.
yeah.
So very blessed in that. But I watch different people in their creative process. That is a gift. Even being able to structure a song.
Yeah.
So okay, so you go to the studio. I forgot the engineer's name, but I know you be going to the same
Al
one.
B. Hey, shout out to
Yeah,
Vibe
shout out
Lab
to him. He
DFW.
did his thing on the track too, like with the mixing. Like he wanted to. I can honestly say, I'm thinking of engineers that I met from Houston to Dallas and even LA. He definitely is one of the best, and he know what he doing on them boards for sure. Like he gifted. You know what I'm saying? So you record the song
Uh huh.
and then walk me through next because of course I heard the song.
All
I
right.
feel like I heard it like super early, but he be sending all the music, so I'm always here. So walk me through the process. So you go to the studio, you finish the song,
Okay.
and because keep in mind there is an original version,
Yeah.
and then there's a version that has Lil Runny. So
Yeah.
walk me through that. You got the original version, and
Okay.
then walk me up to the point where you say, you know what, I want to put Lil Runny. And if you don't know who Lil Runny is, Lil Runny is a Dallas legend, which y'all should know that. And
Throw
if
that
you know that
ass in the
song,
circle.
yeah, if you know the Circle song, you know Runny. So walk me through how you got to the original version, and how you go and make the remake with Runny.
Okay, so when I made the original version, I was cool with it because I'm not a big fan of making remixes to my songs. Like I make a song, leave it as that, and go on and make to the next one. So, well, with this particular song, as soon as I put it out, I had people from the city like, man, when you gonna drop a remix? When you gonna drop a remix? When you gonna drop a remix? So I'm like, I really don't care about no remix. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build my buzz, build my name up. So eventually, like, it came to a point where I was like, you know what? Like, I want to do a remix to it. That's what people want. Like, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
finally give people what they want. And it was out of Derez Deshaun, Ari the Kid, and Lil Runny. And so I was like, I could, collab with Derez Deshaun and boom it out, or Ari the Kid. But I was like, I'm from Texas, so I want to make history in Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I had hit up Lil Runny, and then shoot, he sent a verse back like a couple days later. I was just like, I was shocked,
I
and
mean,
I
I
was
feel like
like,
that's one of Runny best verses. Not to cut you off, but shout out to Sire the Kid. If you know anything about the brand, he's been on the platform. We interviewed him as well. So shout out to him. But I feel like it's one of Lil Runny best verses. But he said he sent it back, and then what happened?
and then so at the time it was probably like 2019, and it was during the Corona, so he sent it
So
back.
2020 during the
Yep,
Corona.
yeah,
Then.
2020. So he sent it back. Then I'm like, I just want to rush it because now I feel like the song hot, but I had already registered the song through BMI probably like a couple hours after he sent it back. And I was like, man, let me shoot a video, let me shoot a video. And so it shot the video, and then kept it moving and we had a lot in store, but the more that I elevated with the music, I would go back and look back and say, man, I don't like them visuals. Like, I don't like the quality. I don't like that I rush. You know what I'm saying? I could have made this better and better. So I kept the song. The song is out on all platforms on my album 1993, but the visuals I took off. So be on the lookout because the visuals.
So you're gonna
is-
re-release it?
Yeah, we're gonna re-release it. It's gonna be
Okay.
probably shot by you and Mikhail. So hey,
No, for sure. I mean, I feel like I'm the best, so of course I always do it. I would say, okay, so just speaking on a song with Lil Running, which I feel like I would say that's one of your best songs, but I feel
Yeah.
like I like the Dallas song, and I like the songs by yourself too. I feel
Yeah.
like they are pretty good, especially in terms of me. I listen to shoot everything,
Yeah.
so from Dallas, Houston to worldwide, to
Appreciate
even
it.
I listen to some UK rappers too, and I feel
Yeah.
like it is, best of the best. I would say, okay, let's talk about support when it comes to like music. Like, do you feel like you get the support from your friends and family? You know what I'm saying? If so, why or why not? And before
Okay.
you even dive into it, what is support?
Okay, support is where, from my point of view, support is when you have a friend or have a close one that has, for example, a business. Say, for example, you have your own T-shirt company, right? Now, everybody know you got your T-shirt company. You got 10 friends. Everybody know you got your T-shirt company. You selling your shirts for $5, right? But out of them 10 friends, only 3 people bought a shirt. The 7 people saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it," but it's only $5. Support, even if they haven't bought it, they could easily share your picture on social media without you having to say, "Hey, can y'all do this, do that?" If they your friends, is genuinely, you know what I'm saying. So like support, I look at support different because like people be on that fake shit nowadays. So I have like several different definitions of support. You know what I'm saying? So it goes all over.
For sure. So, like, do you feel like you get the support from your friends and family for all the creative things you want to do
You
in
know what I'm
life?
saying?
I feel like you get more support from actually strangers. I remember I went through that phase of like, just a couple years ago, I was talking to daddy and I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? People ain't supporting me. And I think even me, bro, I think I just got to the point where I was just like, and people, like you say, living your best life. That's how I just look at it now. Like, I really
Yeah.
don't, like, I know it's good. So I say,
Yeah.
you know what? Rather than even just look at for the support, I'm gonna just show y'all what it is, and
Yeah.
then you gonna wish you would support, and that's just kind of how I move,
Facts.
especially now. That's why I just, what I'm saying, focus on consistency.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it is a lot of levels of support. So okay, let's say you got a friend, right?
Yeah.
But they don't really post on social media like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if that type of person doesn't post your music, or do you feel like there are other ways to support that don't require, consistently posting on social media? Because you got, I run into people all the time. They'll say, like shout out to Aunt Shell. Like sometimes she randomly call me and she like, man, every time you do something, I'm gonna share it. They think I'm top. They think I'm next Tyler Perry. I might be. So I'm the next Pierre Cohen. But when you got people who genuinely believe in you, shout out to her. And a lot of other people as well, you know what I'm saying? Forget names, but it's a ton.
Yeah.
So what about the people who don't be on social media like that? They like, man,
That's
I ain't really on
understandable.
social media. Like, so you feel like, okay, so like, is there a different way for them to support you?
That's very understandable. Cause some people can. It's just like when I come back to the city, like it's crazy. When I come back to the city and I go on Universal Hills on Singing Hills, bro, they play my stuff in that store in the barbershop. Nigga, I walked in, they was playing my shit. That's like, it's different, bro. So it's like, and I probably don't got them on social media. When I was on 30 in Crocker Hill and I went into Walmart on the gas station, I had 11 Power hoodie on with my pink 11 Power snapback. And the first thing the 2 black girls said, "You got your own clothing line?" I was like, "Nah, this is my brother's stuff." She was like, "What's your Instagram? What's the Instagram so I can follow it?" It's like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm the center of attention now, man. Like I'm not humble.
You're not humble, or you are humble?
I'm not
Wait,
humble.
okay. So I mean, I think you just touched on something, cause I've had people tell me too. You know what I'm saying? I talk to people and they say, "Oh, you got an ego," and I say, "Well, if you know me, you know what I'm saying, you can say whatever you want. I don't care." But I say also, everybody who know me, whether I talk to you yesterday or
Yeah.
10 years from now, when they call me, I always pick up. So I don't think I have an ego in that sense. But you spoke on being humble. I think to me that's a double-edged sword, because like it's like if you're too humble, people ain't respecting it. But and then it's like I feel like in order to get some type of success, you gotta like, yeah, this what I'm doing, this is me, like it or not. But like, why do you feel like I guess you shouldn't be humble? It's 2023. Why do you like, or do you feel like it's negative? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not humble because I'm confident. I'm not cocky. See, I took this advice from James Brown and it rolled with me, and I feel like that's why I'm being more successful than ever. When you wake up and you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, you know what I'm saying, you good. So people mistaking the definition of humble or what they thinking is like, oh, I'm down to earth or I'm this. Nah, bro. I'm confident in everything I do now. I'm respectful. I'm confident. I'm not cocky. So I'm that quiet individual that if we speak on a subject that I'm interested in, I'm gonna put 110% in because I'm confident. It's not me being cocky, but it's me basically giving you an understanding.
of who you are and what you and I think it's good you say that because like you said, it look good, feel good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Deion Sanders. That's one of my favorite people. Had a chance to meet him one time at Omar Church. Rest in peace to Omar as well. You know, that's one of the quotes he say: "Look good, feel good, play good, pay good."
Yep.
But another thing he touched on too that I really like that I think people need to adopt is he say, "Don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity." And just like I was telling somebody last week, I say like, you know, I'm confident. I say, you know me, you know where I come from, you know what we've been through. I said, based to where we are now, I said,
Yeah.
I ain't like it's only thing we can be is confident.
Yeah.
But you know, when you were saying it, I literally think of that quote: "Don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity." I'm gonna say it one more
Facts.
time. Don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. Because here's the thing: a lot of people look at it. You know, as people get older, this is what I realize: when people get past 25, they give up, they quit. And I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, I say, "Hey, me and my brother, I say my family, I say where I come from, I say
We
we're gonna
don't.
do this to the day die." I say
Facts.
making music, creating content. I say that's never gonna stop. So I said, you know, you can give up on your dreams, but just because you gave up on your dreams don't
I'm
mean I'm
not.
finna give up on
Yeah.
mine. And I think a lot of the times when it comes to people, you know, the humbleness and the confidence with
Yeah.
them confusing them,
Yeah.
I think is they get that mixed up. Like, nah, just because you gave up,
Yeah.
like we still marching,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, 10 toes down.
Facts.
And that is the best way to do it. But I think people really be getting it confused.
Yeah.
But also what I realized, just like you know, what the pastor said yesterday, he said, you know, everybody experience something different. 5 different people go through something
Yeah.
different. I
And
think
it's
what it is, just like I was talking to my boy Willie, you know, we know since T.W. Brown,
yeah.
I talked to him last week. He said, hey, bro, you got to remember, you know, not everybody has been through what you've been through. So you can't expect people to see it the way
Yeah.
you see it, even if
Facts.
your way is correct. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people got to go through it in order to kind of figure out how to
Yeah.
maneuver. So I think that's part of it as well. But, you know, I just want to tell people, hey, I encourage all my people, friends, family, people I just met, you know, the same way my granny touched people. I say, hey, you should never quit, never give up,
Yeah.
never surrender. And just like and just like man, it's slipping my name. I mean, it's slipping my mind right now, but just like Curtis told me, man, many like 2012, 2013, he said, man, if you never quit, you'll win.
Yeah.
If you quit, you'll never win. And it's literally as simple as that. You know, so
Facts.
that's part of,
R.I.P.
you know, just, you know what I'm saying, just the story. Like, you know, people be so quick to give up because sometimes they haven't seen success. And you know me, I can go on and all day when talk about success, bro. I done seen people go from delivering pizzas to, you know what I'm saying, winning
Right.
Grammys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Shout out my boy Jew. I done seen people go from being a regular high school person to being, you know what I'm saying, NFL star. I done
Yeah.
seen people go from being a high school kid to traveling around the world, speaking to people in India and different countries like that.
Facts.
I've seen people attain success on all levels, whether
Yeah.
it's entrepreneurship, or, you know what I'm saying, even Pops doing his DJing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to teach him how to mix. I can't teach him nothing because he been doing that way before me. But even him doing his events, we've seen success on so many different
Yeah.
levels. And one thing I've learned is success is whatever you want it to be. Just like I was telling somebody last week, I say, look, my success don't got nothing to do with what you think.
Yeah.
I say, whatever I want it to be is what it is. So when you have that confidence, yeah, sometimes it's gonna make people, yeah, you might have to, they might gotta check themselves, look in that mirror. But I say,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? It's nothing but positivity over here. You want me to help you? I can help you, but I can't teach you drive and I can't teach you confidence. That's something you gotta get from your mom and daddy, or life gotta give you that.
Facts.
You know, so I would say just, you know what I'm saying, speaking on that, because you are hella confident. Like I say, man, you post your music every day. Like I basically, bro, look, if I don't talk to him for 1 or 2 days, I can go on Facebook and I know he promoting something, like something that he's doing. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be promoted. You know what I'm saying? You just dropped like 3 videos. Let's talk about them. You dropped the song Mama, and then I can't think of the other 2 names, but you just dropped them. Like, cause one of them I ain't gonna say shot them mud in the hallway with your dog, but it kind of looked like it a little bit, but it was
The-
clean though.
oh, that's the
Whoever did that one,
LWP
they
one.
did it. Yeah, the
Okay.
I like how they
Shout out to my boy Derek who shot it. The first one was Live with a Purpose. No, Live with Purpose. Shout out to Chelsea Jennings. She from Fort Worth. she been doing her own thing for a minute. She's a
Hmm.
pro athlete. Basically like I had linked up with her like a year ago, I believe so. And then like ever since we linked up, like it's just been tight. So being around her was like so inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Like to be honest, like it's crazy. Like you know when they say like when a man gets around the right woman, he starts changing his habits and stuff. So like that, no facts, but that's like what basically, yeah. So that's what basically happened. Like when I met her, like I was shit. I just changed a lot of stuff and just like leveled up. So when I dropped that Live with a Purpose, I've been telling her like, hey, let me do a song for your like for your clothing line, and then I was like, all right, so boom, recorded, and every time I listen to the song, cause this is what I say. Live with a purpose, stop procrastinating. Get up your ass, go get the bag, see I ain't got no patience. Time is money and you a bum, so stay the fuck away then. See you from a distance, yeah, bitch, okay then. Don't check for me unless you gotta check for me. The struggle I overcome, my trials and tribulations is my recipe. Now you niggas get the best of me because I'm blessed to see. I'm cruising through the city, smoking strong, blowing heavenly. Ain't nothing changed but the weather and the better me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my mind on my money, money on it, investments be. You live with a purpose and let your purpose be your destiny. Like I I really I kept telling myself like I feel like I'm slipping, so let me talk to myself for a minute. But when I talk to myself for a minute, let me let everybody hear how like I have conversations with myself. You know what I'm saying? So people thinking like, oh, he just did that song. No, I was feeling some type of way, and I had to straighten myself up. So like, that was my message for myself to stay on my shit, get on my shit, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why like I I like fuck with her brand so heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you say live with a purpose, what's your purpose on being on this earth? What's your purpose of living? Like to inspire, you know what I'm saying, to do different things. So that's why I feel like I rock with the brand so hard because like the name means a lot, you know what I'm saying?
The
So
message.
yeah, the message like that's given out and
No, in
it
fact. So okay, so being because you was able to put that together, you know me. Like back when I was doing my music thing, my brother he the way better artist too. I give him that. I got about two
appreciate
hits.
it.
I went triple. I would say triple aluminum, but I feel like at U of H, the must definitely went platinum. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? People know me, Power Moves, Blue Eyes, especially Power Moves. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I've been, as you can see, we are very similar, but just the whole drive of wanting to go further is something we really been on since pretty much we was born on this earth. So I'll
facts.
say, you say put that song together quick, like, and it go with the message. So do
Yeah,
you feel like music is therapeutic for you? And if so,
very.
why? Like, why is music therapeutic?
Because music relax me. If once I feel like this, and this true, like in this world, bro, you can go tell a kid right now, you can walk up to a kid and be like, hey man, stay in school, get your education, man. Don't do that stupid shit in the streets, right? And they're gonna look at you, they're gonna look at your how you dress, they're gonna be like, alright. But I promise you, if Moneybag Yo come down here and tell that same kid to go to school, stay in school, get your education and stay out the way, I promise you he gonna listen to Moneybag Yo.
Yeah.
So it's like music is a gift and a curse, and but like rappers like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, they deliver like positive messages out. So it's like the message that I wanted to give out is just like be yourself and just never give up. Like that was overall for that verse. Be yourself and never give up and live with a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts. I think that's very important to do. So, okay. You know what I'm saying? We've been touching on music. There's a lot going on in the music industry from an independent level to a mainstream level. Do you feel like nowadays, is it easier to become a successful artist or is it harder to become? And when I say successful, in this particular case, let's just talk about a mainstream artist, right?
Hmm.
So, to even just get a major deal, do you feel
Yeah.
like that's more attainable now or harder?
Um, I feel like nowadays with all these different platforms that it is very easy to get a record deal. All you gotta do is make a catchy song, you know what I'm saying, or speak on something negative, you know, and link up with the bloggers.
Okay, so my bad. But okay, so you're saying you feel like it's easier because you got so much access to different platforms that's
Yeah,
out now. So basically, you got more outlets. Because I remember we was making music originally. I
yeah,
think when I put out my first mixtape, 2009, or maybe it was an EP, right? Depending on what you call it.
yeah,
It was when websites like Dat Piff were still just becoming popular. You had Dat Piff live
yeah,
mixtapes. From there, I went to SoundCloud.
yeah,
Of course, the goal used to always be to get it on iTunes back when that was a thing. Now it's Apple Music.
yeah.
But now it's easier to get it. So like, I feel like a lot of artists now, because there's so many people doing the music, they like, damn man, it's too saturated, too many people rap.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that as well, or do you like not even buy into it? Because I know my answer, but do you like? Because a lot of like they be complaining to me and say, man, everybody making music now. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I say, bro, if you just be consistent,
Yeah.
you're gonna shine through everybody else, especially if your talent is greater. But do you feel like it's saturated now because of the platforms? There's too many people rapping, or do you feel like it's always been a lot of people rapping?
I mean, like in general, like music originated in Africa. So I'm not surprised if 2 million musicians or music artists are making music. You know what I'm saying? That's my race
For real,
because that's where it generated. That's where it
we
started
created
from. So
artists. Yeah,
it's like I would love to see thousands and thousands of music artists. They just give me a different variety to choose from to listen to. So like when I make music, when I think about music, I don't think about it's 100 artists and I'm my biggest competition is the man in the mirror. So with that being said, like everything else is cut out. Like I don't care
tunnel
about
vision.
yeah, like I don't care about the other artists. I don't care if it's a million. If you got 10 million views, one stream, like that doesn't have nothing to do with me and my success and what I'm trying to accomplish. So I don't let it get to me or I don't see it like that, bro. But like shout out to everybody that's doing their thing, but
For sure.
like my style is unique. So it's like I don't compare myself to other artists. Only time I compare myself is to my old music. My new music with my old
Yeah,
music.
me versus me, like
Yeah. T.I.
Moneybag said on that song. Well, and Ti versus Ti did
Yeah.
it. I say Moneybag, but Ti did do it first, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it was probably somebody did it before Ti. But in terms of our generation, that Ti versus Tip album was a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got another song that recently came out. It's called Dallas, and it's also, what I'm saying, it's definitely an anthem. Speaking on Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Everybody know me
South
from
Oak Cliff.
yeah, everybody know me from the clip. That's
Yeah.
where, what I'm saying, Granny House still there to this day.
Yeah.
That's where we spent all our childhood, what I'm saying, all
Facts.
through high school, up until I went to college. That's where we was at, what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We visited family in different parts, but that's where we lived at. That's where we were stationed at. How do you feel like Oak Cliff has influenced you? Because I know how it's influenced me, and I also watch. I feel like it's two sides to the coin, right?
Yeah.
I've watched what it did to a lot of other people that we grew up with,
Yeah.
and just kind of how life turned out. So me, bro. Anybody that
Um.
know me, I love where I'm from. I love the Cliff, but I really do have a love hate relationship with
Yeah.
Oak Cliff because I think about it on both sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we went to school with a lot of people, saw a lot of people lose their lives.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people, I don't want to say throw away their lives. They
Yeah.
got into sticky situations, and
Yeah.
that's just what happened. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about people losing their lives, man, as young as 15, 16. People getting life in prison at 17, 18. Like,
Yeah.
it's plenty of people that we know. So just from your perspective, you know, number one, what does Oak Cliff mean to you? And then also, how did Oak Cliff inspire you on your life journey?
Oak Cliff, yeah, that's my hood. Oak Cliff been a big inspiration because the street we stayed on, being in Singing Hills, Dad always took us to Uncle Bear house on the other side, you know what I'm saying? So it's like growing up, I didn't understand, but growing up and coming back to a certain area and you see people hanging out in front of the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, you don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Leave years later, come back, and you see people at the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what am I doing? Still making progress. So it's like going back to the hood, seeing like, damn man, like that could have been me right there.
Nah,
That could have been
facts.
me right there. But I'm
Facts.
steady pushing, like no matter through any situation. And Oak Cliff ain't never done nothing bad to me. It's like
No, me neither. For real, like it's
we like growing up, we went to school with Stan. I mean, you know, OG Bobby Billions. So like at T.O. Marsalis, and
yeah. Shout out to Stan.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, like
I feel like the Cliff definitely
the
produced a lot of successful people as well.
it's 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 just like, even with this situation, how, you know, we went to school with Bobby. You know, Pops real cool with Trap Boy family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just seeing, you know, everybody gonna show the negative side of Oak Cliff, but you gotta think about, we like, even us, bro, like we came from a low income and now we building up high income. So I'm always thankful because, like I say, like when I go back, I'll be like, damn, that could have been me.
A diamond in the rough type stuff, and I
Yeah,
think that's a good way to look at it. Cause for me, and you know me, bro. Our whole life, bro. When it came to me, people cracking jokes. Even Uncle Brandon, he used to be like, "Hey, look at Pretty Ricky." They used to always be
yeah.
messing with me. So I always had that little, not really chip on my shoulder, but people would see me and they like, "Man, you ain't from the Cliff. You ain't
The
this. You
pretty
ain't
boy
that."
nigga, yeah,
But I was always like, you know what? I don't give a damn, cause at the end of the day, I know where I'm from. You
yeah,
can check. You know what I'm saying? Every school I've been to,
yeah. Check
and
my
as far as the
resume.
streets I've lived on. But what
Yeah,
I've always wanted to show people was like, yeah, I'm from here, but I'm
but
finna show you just how we
yeah,
can go. And like you said, that is a flip side to the
yeah,
cliff, because you got a lot of successful people who have come out the cliff and who are even some young kids. I'm sure that's
yeah.
another generation that's coming right now. But man, it's just always been interesting because I feel like growing up, people, and that's kind of, if you know me, I've always said I don't want to say a strong disdain for people, trying to play gangster, but I ain't never really liked people like that, mainly because I've seen a lot of real gangsters lose their life and not go where they should have been. So I
Yeah,
don't like to see people playing with that
yeah.
just because people glorify the hood, but no, they don't want to glorify the other
It,
side of it, which is getting shot. You know
it,
what I'm saying? Dying, or all that type of
yeah.
stuff.
It's just like, you know, my from being a baby to my end of my summer junior year in school, I was in Oak Cliff. I went to Arlington Martin my senior year for 1 year. Then I went to alternative school the second semester. I still graduated a year early because I was 16. Shout out to my apostle putting me in school early. But um, what I realized is that when I moved from Oak Cliff to Arlington, you got these beautiful women, but you got these people that want to act gangster until some gangster shit pop off. Now they want to act scared. Why you acting gangster and your mama and your daddy got a big ass house and you driving Mercedes,
Hey, you got to talk about it because
Mustangs, all this stuff, and I'm like, nigga, I came from nothing, nigga. Like
came from
we used
sharing
to
a
eat.
room.
My brother shared a room, nigga. We wanted to have a big house, bro. We wanted pops to get us both of us a car, bro. We wanted to be able to sleep in the house and close our eyes, or without our shit getting broken into and stuff like that, bro. Like these people be so blessed and they be taking life for granted. They be thinking they gangster when they not. Like you got both of your parents, they together and they got a house, and you coming outside trying to sell weed thinking you gangster, bro. Come no cliff with that, and it ain't gonna go good. Like, and I'm gonna tell you one situation that I seen was that I had went to school, and it was me. It was one morning I went to school and I seen this little kid and this nigga say, yeah, I'm from Oak Cliff, whoop de whoop. So I'm like, man, only nigga I know from Oak Cliff is me and Moses. Shout out to Moses. Went to tell my sailors with me. And so I walked up to him, was like, what side you from? I don't know. I say, you rep that shit again and I'm gonna knock your ass out. Because I know your mom and your daddy. And y'all got a nice house. I come from Oak Cliff in a house of 8 with 3 bedrooms. Feel me? It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So while y'all trying to act gangster for these women, don't take life for granted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know Silas and Fort Worth that's gangster, but not in Arlington, man. Like, and I hate that. Like, I seen some people die who got a mama and a daddy but want to go act gangster. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, why you trying to imitate something that you not? Like, why you
That's
trying
a
to do?
big part of it because I met a lot of people from the ag when I went to U of H, and what I'm saying, I like ag town. I realize everybody
It's
got
a
their
nice
different
area.
thing, but it's crazy. I remember when ag town, when it was just Six Flags and it was just a big old
Yeah.
space before they had really developed it. I think it's just those things like people naturally, because
Money will change you.
yeah, no, money will change you, and you got people that do. I ain't say they gonna do their dirt, but people gonna just naturally get into things. So we're not saying that like oh, you can't be tough and be from here, because that would be a mistake, right? You got some of the
Yeah.
best. Some people you could be tough anywhere, but just the imagery, even kind of like stuff Charleston White be talking
Yeah.
about. You know, sometimes he be wilding, and then sometimes he have a good point. Even
Yeah.
stuff he talking about, just like that image of,
Yeah.
of what people think this is.
Yeah.
I think that's where people go wrong, because that image makes them think, oh, it got to be like this, and then it
Yeah.
really got to be like that. All the way across the world. But then it's crazy, right? Because when I think you got people who want to be cool,
Yeah.
and then you got some people who maybe just got one parent in the household, and their parents can't really control them like that. So
Yeah.
it's two ways to look at it. But man, I feel like, okay, so what I'm saying, you're going through life. Obviously we come from where we come from. That
Yeah.
definitely heavily inspires us. So I would say, like, man, like, you got the new music coming out. I mean, in Dallas, I'm sure you're gonna do a video soon.
Yeah.
What's some of, like, aside from, I guess, moving on to the next topic, right? So
Yeah.
it's 2023. It's the beginning of March. I think it's March 5th, right? March 5th, 2023. So y'all gonna be seeing this in a couple of days. But what do you want to accomplish this year specifically?
This year, my only two focuses is to become more successful in music and just be a better father, man. Like, that's it. Music and being a better father. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't trying to, like, if I talk to somebody and you fuck up, you cut off. My main two goals that I don't say goals, because I execute all the plans that I write down. So main two big plans is become a better father and a better music artist. And that's it.
I think that's a good way to look at it too, because sometimes people write down goals and they just check off a box, and once they do
Yeah.
it, they don't know what else to do. Just kind of like I do the same thing, take it one day at a time, say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I just keep on evolving and creating, because while you're on this earth, to me, I think it's about definitely inspiring people, but it's also
Yeah.
about how many people you can help. So that's one of the things I pride myself in as well. What I'm saying? So speaking of goals, you said, be a better artist, what I'm saying, be a better father. How do you feel about collaboration? Because you mentioned something earlier that I thought was, very interesting. You said when you put out Down Bad, you didn't want to do the remake because you wanted to build your own buzz. So
Yeah.
do you feel like collaboration is key to growing, or you feel like you don't really need to collaborate in order to grow?
You really do not you really don't need to collab with anybody to grow. I mean, that's like a tool you can use, but it was just because people kept bugging me about the remix. Am I gonna drop a remix? Am I gonna drop a remix? And I'm like, you know what? Let me go and knock this out. But me personally, I feel like I can do I can do better not putting nobody on the songs or putting people on the songs. You know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
feel like your talent gonna speak for
Yeah,
itself.
it really don't even matter, bro.
Okay. I mean, I totally understand about that. I would say so. Okay, so because it's something we didn't really touch on. We talked about how the family inspired you, and
Yeah.
really, different uncles, cousins making music definitely was key. We saw it early,
Early.
and we have several cousins that do
Yeah.
music too. That's also extremely talented. It's a whole lot of music going around, and
Facts.
some people can say it, some people can't. But we blessed enough to say that it's a ton of people in our family that do music. It's some people that's even, I mean, definitely better than me. I think I ain't gonna say I'm the weakest link with the music. I think my ability shines elsewhere, but
Yeah. I think I was talking to one of my homeboys yesterday. Like our family is like musically talented. I feel like it all starts from grandma first cousin LaQuint Joe. He was in the group Rolls Royce. He played the bass guitar. They got over like 10 hits
yeah,
that
nah,
people
come
can
on.
actually like.
What, car wash,
Car Wash,
wishing on the star,
Love Don't Live
I'm
Here
coming
Anymore.
down.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's 5 right. Well, that's 4 right there. But yeah, everybody
it
know
go,
Rolls Royce. They
it
were,
goes on.
legends.
So it's like even with that, then you got Jada Thomas, She Code. Then you got me, and then when it comes to photography and making
You got
movies,
Daziel too.
you got Jadelle, you got you got Mikhail. So it's like
Man,
you got
you
Aunt
got
Barbara
Alea
can
doing it.
sing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They had a
Alea
little
can
group back in the
sing.
day too.
Aunt Esther can sing. Auntie Maddie can sing. So it's like,
Yeah, my
bro,
auntie
we
Maddie,
just
she definitely like probably
Tracy
one of
does
the.
management. So it's like, bro, the
I mean,
family
and
is
Esther does
just
booking too, like with So Far Sounds. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all see the concerts when they come from, I mean, they all over the United States, but she's a part of that Texas division. So the bookings in Texas, that's Austin,
Pops a
Dallas,
DJ.
Houston,
So
Pops DJing, Uncle Caleb
Uncle
was
Kellen was a
DJing.
DJ. Uncle Bear was a DJ.
It's music all around, you know what I'm saying? So Nah, that's super interesting, and that's why I'm happy the family we come from, because I think just being able to see that up
Yeah.
close and have people, because I got friends, right?
Yeah.
You know me my whole life, so
Yeah.
you remember when we used to have the blog,
Yeah.
and back when I was for the people that know, like we've been around this, but like
Yeah.
what I'm saying, mingling with the likes of what I'm saying, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, Kendrick Lamar, ASAP Ferg, all these different labels, they still email me now. So man, you remember just like how like I remember I had my homeboy, right? I say when you go home for Christmas break and your family asks you what do you want to be, what do you say? I said, do you tell them this or you tell them that?
Yeah.
He said, well, what you say? I said, bro, ask my granny right now. She'll tell you rapper and a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Mark,
Facts.
hey, we ain't never, we have
Sugarcoated.
never shied around from what it is. And now, yeah, my granny gonna challenge you.
Yeah.
And she gonna like, well, if you got $1 million, let me get 10 right now.
Yeah.
Like she gonna challenge you.
Yeah.
But they know what it is. They know what we are
Yeah.
pursuing. I think it's very important for you to be able to have that open relationship with your family, because here's how it goes, right? A lot of people create, and they're like, dang, I can't be real. I can't tell my dad. I can't. I remember when I first started making beats, I said, hey, Dad, I got this beats.
Yeah.
And he like, our dad, he like nonchalant. He
Yeah.
like a comedian. He nonchalant, then he serious. It just
Yeah.
depends on which one you get. Most of the time, he comedian or serious.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, I kept making beats, and it took a while for him to be like, I guess once he realized I was serious with it,
Yeah.
now he's like, okay, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd had movie premieres, all this different type of stuff. But I say that to say you get to bounce off the creativity, and a lot
Yeah.
of people don't get that. So that's why I tell people, when it comes to music, creating, that's what we really do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no gimmicks.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing got to be made up. It ain't no fabricated. Because even if we stop doing it right now,
Yeah.
it's another generation of people still doing it, still ready to go. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
my cousin, my cousin Jadell about to drop a video in about a week. So be on the lookout for that. We just shot that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
And I got an album drop in 1993, 1.5.
oh, that's the deluxe version?
Yeah, 2 singles featuring Dazzy, Isoris and Rich, and 1993 2 coming out. I ain't gonna give no date. I'm not giving dates on nothing.
Nah, definitely don't get no dates. I feel like it's
March,
important to
some dropping in March though.
see, he said March, so he probably put out some type of song, some type of video. Okay, so let me ask you this. Now it's still early in the year. Later in the year, we're gonna come back, we're gonna interview again to see
Okay.
what we accomplished and what we checked off. That's how we're gonna tap in, check in with the people. But man, okay, so I want to talk about what is Des Cohen's message? You know what I'm saying, to the people? Like, what do you want people to take away from everything you do? What do you want? What's your message to people? Big, small, kid,
Yeah.
adult, whoever. Like, what is your message?
My message from me is to never give up, live life, stay positive, stay out the way, and just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't never be afraid to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, people gonna always try to criticize you. You gotta know how to deal with criticism. That's what's wrong with a lot of people. They don't know how to deal with criticism, so they run. That's why you see artists start giving up like 25, 26, whatever the case might be. But be able, if you able to pass a lick, be able to take a lick. And when I say that, especially to like all the artists or anybody in entertainment business, people gonna criticize you to the day you die. So be able to take constructive criticism without getting offended. So live life, be yourself, and the message I just gave y'all. And that's basically it coming from me. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. And I think a lot of people know what my message is, but for me, it's something similar too. Definitely power moves. You know what I'm saying? Perseverance. Family is very important. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that we got a group chat with like 20 people in that mud. You know what I'm saying? And that's just straight cousins. So if we put the OGs in there, it's gonna be even more. I like that. I feel like everybody should have that sense of community. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not always on the same page, because at the end of the day, family all you got. And like I tell people, I say, man, I've said this once, I'll say it again. Especially when it comes to working with artists or working with people that's creative. Look, I'm cool with just working with my family. I'll be cool with that. And I believe in my family enough to where I ain't got to work with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, first episode, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you sharing with us today. We're going to tap in at another time as well. But I just wanted to start it off just like this. And I got a load of guests, but I wanted the first episode be with my brother, one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the other brother on here too.
Yeah.
He, you know what I'm saying, couldn't make it. We're going to get Kev. But what we're going to do is we're going to have impactful conversations. And we're going to show people the way, because I believe the same way Nipsey Hussle left a blueprint That's what we gotta do as well.
Yeah.
Blueprint. Hey, this how you live your life. This how you can impact people. This how you can be great.
Yeah.
And one of the things I say is, I like transparency, vulnerability,
Yeah.
because I feel like oftentimes, especially young black men or young people in general, people telling them false stories, so they don't really know the path. If your
Yeah.
family ain't structured like ours, like how can you navigate and get up? So
Facts.
I like being able to be a blueprint. So I say, before we get out of here, and if y'all wondering where we is, I might tell y'all next time. Secret location, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But man, any last words
Make sure
for the people? Not
Okay.
last words, just last words on
Okay.
the podcast. Let me make sure I clarify that. 'Cause we don't talk like that. Any last words for this episode, for episode number 1, man? It's in the history books.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at DESCOHEN. You can matter of fact, just Google me, Des Cohen.
I'm gonna put it in the description. We're gonna put it on the screen as well. So we ain't gotta
Thank
Google,
y'all
it's
for
gonna be on
tuning
there.
in.
Yeah, for sure. And peace. Talk to y'all soon.
I just want to thank everybody for watching this latest episode. Once again, I want to remind you, if you have comments, you want to drop suggestions or anything, please leave them in the comments below. Until we meet again, peace.